What's up, guys? Matthew, getting ready to watch Season 2, Episode 8 of Dandadan. After this, I believe we are officially going to be 2/3 of the way down the season, which kind of scares me because this season has been so good. This Thursdays are the highlight of my week, just for Dandadan, so I really don't want it to end, but okay. Like, I want to watch more, obviously. This season, like I said, has been incredible. Last episode, obviously, surprisingly, well, I would say... So, this show is weird. I've loved it, that aspect of it since the beginning. It's been very weird. Season 1 was a lot weirder than Season 2. But I think that Episode 1 of the season and Episode 7, last episode, were the two weirdest, because it ended off on a weird note. We're going to go fight or go up against, like, composers, musicians, famous... What is this show sometimes? But that's why I love it. I'm very excited to see Ira get some shine, so I hope she has a good showing, not only just obviously battle-wise, but I just mean some good character moments, some dialogue, some conversation. So, you guys know me, I'm going to talk a lot at the end, so I do want to hop straight into it. If you guys do like the video, please drop a like and leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it. I have got the Flying Through Actions on Patreon. I have every single episode of Dandadan that has ever been released thus far on my Patreon for $7 a month. Check it out if you're interested. Finally, and most importantly, if you enjoy my content, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Again, it really does help me out. Let's get into it. Jesus. Yo. These are crazy. I don't even... They gotta tell me all the names. I don't know. I obviously know some of the big ones. But... And I... Just walk backward. I mean, Turbo Granny wants to instigate a fight. I would assume to train Ken. That's why she brought him here. But... Oh... I love the animation on this episode. Something I've complimented about the show is whenever they go into these weird states, these weird places, you know, with the supernatural battles, there's always a color scheme. And I love a black and white color scheme. Oh, you gotta like dodge the music notes? Obviously, he's gotta get his rhythm intact. It's like a chain reaction. I love how the hair float. Why does Iris' hair float? It's like you get a. It's like almost like a dance battle almost. Ah, okay. There's so many of them. This is awesome. This is awesome. And something else that I do want to say. Obviously, I listen to the opening in most episodes, but I don't keep it in my Patreon cut. I like this opening more than 2 now. I gotta be honest. After listening to it for like 30 times, I love it. Oh my god, dude. This is insane. You can't get close to him. You gotta really dodge with the rhythm to do that. They really are like bullets. Or like grenades. They're like grenades, more like. It's like ballet. Or I don't know if it's ballet, too, but the one with the... Like the flag that like twirls. That's what it looks like with her hair. Just a... Just try and stab him? Does the hair grow infinitely? I mean, obviously Acrobatic Silky did pretty much, but she eventually ran out. Yo, Ken is getting cooked right now. Ira's carrying. She said her catchphrase. Oh my god. Ira, you gotta carry. Ira, clutch up. But we need Ken to learn how to fight, so... I don't want her to solve everything. What's going on with his clothing? What's on it? He's shirtless, but he's got a collar? You got time to lean, you got time to clean. What stupid little tune are you gonna remember? Was any showed you growing up? Do you have a family? Was he just born? Oh. Oh! I'm stupid, man. You're right. That's it. That is epic. Oh, dude. I was touched. I got goosebumps just thinking about it. This is gonna... Oh, yeah, this is perfect to teach him how to... And Turbo Granny knew this, obviously. This is perfect for him to be able to withhold the evil eye. Ooh. Yo, this is awesome. Why do I have goosebumps over Ira, like, dancing, essentially? Farming? Is it... What's the farming got to do with anything? She's gonna... Oh, Ken! Yeah, why are his feet so big like that? Oh, they came in clutch. I love these cuts. This... No. This shouldn't be epic. This shouldn't be this epic. Damn, she put 2 turd nuggets in 1 episode? Oh, she beheaded that. Or are they like dolls? Like little parallel worlds. Is he gonna kill the other ones? Or we need to work as a band? Dude, why is this so creepy? Why is this so creepy? I have goosebumps. We need to get on the same page here. Yo, in season 1, I mentioned how much I like the music, and I'm pretty sure someone in the comments was like, just wait, there should be one scene that's gonna up it. Oh my god. How many? How many? Like Titans. I don't know the lyrics, but I can hum to it. This is absurd. What am I watching? Can they hurt us at all? I mean, they're physical. They can still pile on top of us. Oh no! Knocked out your own people! Oh. Handle it. Yep. Ira coming in clutch. Damn, never mind. Her love flashing before her eyes? Oh, Ira's cooking. Dude, this music with the goosebumps I have is crazy. He's going like Matrix mode or something. She's like Spider-Man. Or it's like Attack on Titan. Wow. Ira has come in close. I'm so happy that she... I'm so happy she's got a moment to shine. This is amazing. This is cinema. Yo! There's so... I know they're illusions, but oh my god. It'd be nothing to me. I'm the best. 5 of them. This is a perfectly crafted plan by Turbo Granny to train Ken. And we respect her for that. That goosebumps. All in one, baby. One is all and all is one. Wow, they I got defeated kind of easily. I'm joking. oh, of course. They had to get that shot in. Of course, Dandadan had to do that.
白鳥さん大丈夫ですか
大丈夫だよ
Well, thanks for saving me,
白鳥さん
Ken.
のおかげでなんとか
Don't
倒せま
kiss
した
me. Do not. I feel bad aura in the air. Stay back.
そんなことないよ高倉くんも超かっこよかったよ
You like being complimented?
この私早く出てきてよ
Look, you're gonna have to go with Gigi. You're gonna have to deal with Gigi sloppy seconds. You're not coming near me.
ターボババアのおかげでリズム感っていうのが分かった気がするよ
You're better suited for
ありがとう
evil eye.
調子乗んじゃね
I was just doing it for
え。てめえはまだまだ
So
目
my
に
power
くそくらいのことしか分かってねえ。わしの力はこんなもんじゃねえぜ。
Okay, well, I'm gonna unlock the full power of it before I get those things.
ら何だったの
ただの自然体さ。みんなが持って
Thoughts
る
given form.
音楽室の肖像画への恐怖の念が集まって具現化し
Fear of living up to the expectations or training.
ピアノを弾けばまた出てくるぜ。殺されたら現実でも死ぬけどよ。
I bet Kosei Orima could beat him.
と思って
Oh,
よ。
we go again.
ジジさんだって聖子さんやモモさんを殺したくはないでしょう。
Okay, Manjiro, you're kind of
この
guilty.
ままで
now.
はジジさんの両親とも暮らすことはできませんよ。明日お祓いをします。実は
It's fine. Gigi's gonna find a way to do it. Gigi's gonna find a way to solve it the way he wants to solve it. Under pressure.
だよ
祝詞は私が掃除をします。
ばあちゃんも何か言ってよ家族にするっつったじゃん
Look!
ジジだってこの修行してんだしさ
Look!
ね
Gigi's gonna find a way to do it right, but from Manjiro's perspective, I kind of agree with him. Like, you gotta be realistic here.
オカルン
I'm gonna exercise it for you. Jin and Joji, called by the full government. Oh, I have goosebumps. Let's handle this right here, right now. I have goosebumps!
オカルンどうしたの
Get out of the way,
こ
Momo!
んな時間に二人でどこ
We
に
were kissing in the moonlight without
Shirata-san.
you. We're gonna
Mizo.
handle this.
はいちょっと何する気だよ
We're facing the problem head on. Okay, I don't agree with this, Ken.
足をボコボコにぶっ倒しま
No,
すちょっとオ
Cobra
カルン
Granny.
怒るよ遊びじゃないんだから
I don't agree with this, Ken.
腹
It's
が
like
立
a
ったんですよ
selfish
自分は綾瀬さんが邪師に襲われた
power show off or to teach him a lesson or...
ごく腹が立ったんですよ一時はどうにかなるって思ったけどでもやっぱり邪師は危ないですよ
This is the... That's too much. Gigi's gonna find a way.
それなのに綾瀬さんたちは邪師を受け入れようとしてて
I'm about to get a goddamn Ken versus Momo.
そんなのすごく
かっけえじゃんよだから腹立ってよ自分の弱さによ待ってろよ
This music is so
ジャッジ
good.
を守りたいって意志はよ
He's gonna get someone else
絶
killed?
対守るぜ
Okay.
高倉さん落ち着い
Okay, no, wait, okay, Ken. I thought Ken was going...
払いすることは決まってるんです。ジャシと戦う必要はないんですよ。
He wants to prove a lesson.
男が単価切って
Oh, listen to him. What does that thing in the bottom left? Alright, Ken and Gigi gonna team up to find a way to solve this the best way possible.
頼む邪師を
Okay.
ああいう
If Gigi trusts Ken, I trust Ken. I wouldn't be that up close to him. Oh, this episode is about to end. That's a great ending point. Dude, I'm not gonna pull up the exact rankings because I only like to rank for season finales. But I just recently redid. I do it every like 6 months maybe. I updated my like top shows of all time ranking, and Dandadan was like out of context. I was gonna say bad. It was like top 30, but like compared to the shows it was up against, it was like, I love Dandadan. I fully, undoubtedly love Dandadan. Season 1, again, I liked it. It was good. It was good, you know what I mean? This season we're talking about, season 2, the season that I'm 2/3 of the way finished, has been absolutely stupendous. There has not been a single bad episode. Like I said, the worst episode was episode 1. And you know what I mean? The minute episode 2 hit, fire. Gas. All gas, no break. Okay? The action of it, again, you know, I've never been one, and I never will. And I'm not saying this is like a negative thing. It's just not my area of focus. I don't really focus on animation or fight sequences or anything like that. That's not my number one thing I focus on. I like a story and I like characters. And this show has that. Dandadan has story and characters, and I'll get to that in a second. But like, the animation and fights in this episode were incredible. You know what I mean? Like, they were absolutely incredible. I mentioned it in the beginning of the episode, but I do want to, re-mention it. One of the little quirks of Dandadan that I noticed immediately was the color schemes. You know, whenever they have a big battle or a big moment against some spirit, some entity, some alien, you know what I mean? Like the whole thing, like the fight against Turbo Granny in season 1, it was pure red, and I like that. The blue, the green, the yellow for when they got attacked at the school. Obviously, the pink for Acrobatic Silky. I love that so much. It's so unique. I've never seen an animation or an art style like that before. And in this episode, I love the black and white. I watched Uzumaki for the channel, and I will be honest, it wasn't one of my favorite shows of all time. In fact, I would say it was one of my least favorite shows of all time. But look, it's really hard for me to hate or dislike something. Just because it's one of my least favorite doesn't mean I disliked it. I had a good time watching it, but my favorite part about watching it was the animation, and it was the art style. It was completely in black and white. This gave me vibes of that, and I loved. Again, it wasn't completely black and white. There was colorful moments, but in that, I loved how much Ken and Ira stood out. While still, living in that black and white color scheme they had going on. So, I am pretty sure I've mentioned it in my Dan interactions. I love instrumental music, and I will say it. I played flute for a year. Obviously, I didn't play it for that long. So, I love instrumental music. I'm not some like musician historian. Like, I don't really, you know what I mean? I know Mozart and Beethoven, and again, I don't know how to pronounce the name Saint-Saëns and stuff like that. But other than that, my knowledge is pretty limited. I'm sure I've heard like 20 or 30 pieces that I would recognize, if they were shown to me, but not off name. But I love instrumental music. Maybe you call me a normie with it or whatever, but like this episode, it scratched that itch. I had goosebumps almost the entire episode, and again, I feel like I say that for every single episode of Dandadan. I have goosebumps for the entire episode when it's just the truth. But not only because there was epic character moments, and Ira stepped up, and Ken had some big moments, but also just the music in the background. Everyone knows, like, if you really watch TV, you don't get like extreme goosebumps unless there's good music somewhere in that relation, if that makes any sense. And this episode lived up to that absolutely completely. You know what I mean? So I really, really enjoyed that. Again, the fight was great. I like Turbo Granny. Turbo Granny has really grown on me since she essentially joined the team. I love the relationship. Again, I've been really liking this rivalry of sorts with Ira. It's like they're calling each other slurs, turd nugget, and what was it? Vomit fuzzball or something like that. I really liked it. It's very funny. Probably, I'm going to say this kind of, my favorite Ira relationship in the show is with Turbo Granny already. Again, I'm Ken and Momo till the day I die. You know what I mean? So anything that would come in between that or anything that would postpone that, I'm not really a fan of in terms of like rooting for. So as much as I love Ira, I do not want Ira anywhere near my Kenny Ken. I don't want Gigi near my Momi Mo. I want Ken and Momo together. Again, I'm hoping for an Ira and Gigi relationship in the future, or at least a connection. But also in that same regard, I want Ira to have shine with other characters. This show already has so many major characters. You know what I mean? You think of Peeny Weenie, or you think of Manjiro, or whatever. There's so many different opportunities for weirder characters who don't normally interact with each other to have those like, wow, that's actually a kind of a wholesome duo, or a really funny duo, or an epic duo. Like, there's a lot of room for that in this show, and I think that so far, Ira and Turbo Granny might be my favorite of those sort of weirder or more obscure duos. And Ira really stepped up. Like, this was probably, other than the acrobatic silky stuff, obviously, which still to this day, some of my favorite episodes or content that the show has produced so far. But that was again, Ira's not been in that many episodes, but that was my second or third favorite Ira episode. Again, I don't have a problem with it. I said this for since the beginning of the season. I've explained this. Ira so far has not had that much focus in the season, or going into this episode did not have that much focus, and that was fine. The beginning of the season felt like a GG introduction. Obviously, he got introduced right at the end of last season, so we didn't see Ira for the last couple episodes last season during the introduction, but Gigi got time to focus, and obviously this evil eye thing, this whole season really does feel like a Gigi focused thing. So in that regard, it's okay if Ira takes a step back for a couple episodes. You know what I mean? Again, the cast in the show is so stacked that we have to juggle characters around a little bit. We can't evenly distribute it, so every episode gets 1 minute of Ken focus, 1 minute of Ira focus, 1 minute of Momo focus, 1 minute of Psycho focus. No, we have to, some sorts of episodes, some characters aren't that involved, and that's okay. But all that being said, obviously, as much as I like Ira, I don't want her to go an entire season without getting anything. So I thought that this episode was a great showing. Really, like, she you could argue she was the MVP. I mean, obviously Ken landed the final winning blow, but I mean, Ira did the damage. She handed all the goons. That was great, man. I love the, again, Ken and Ira, their power is a little similar. Obviously, design wise, it's purposefully similar. But I like the hair. Obviously, taking that from Acrobatic Silky, I like the hair aspect of Ira's powers being such a focus. You know what I mean? She felt like Spider-Man, or she felt like a Attack on Titan character using ODM gear. Like, I really, really like that. And again, I talk about how weird the show is, and I'm not just talking about the fact that the enemy, the villain for this episode, was a bunch of composers, you know what I mean? But just the idea of there being like a giant entity. It's so unique, and the fights. Because there's many shows that I've watched that have really good fights, but they're kind of a little repetitive because they all feel like they could be the same fight. Where the main characters or the good guys have similar powers against bad guys that have similar powers all the time. In Dandadan, a good guy on our team could have any power going up against a villain who has any power. You know what I mean? And I like that. I really do. And that ending, like that ending was phenomenal. Again, I thought maybe Ken had... I thought that Ken may have taken a step too far a little bit. Like, maybe it wasn't his grounds to decide. But if Gigi trusts Ken, then because that's the thing too. I kind of felt like in the beginning of Ken arriving back at the, I don't want to call it a compound. When Ken arrived back home, I just kind of got the vibe that Ken was doing it just for a little bit of a selfish reason, wanting to like teach a lesson to Evil Eye or whatever. But no, he talked it over, and he said he said he has Gigi's best interest in mind. You know what I mean? So I'm on the board. And again, Evil Eye is coming to play. Now, again, I was agreeing with Manjiro. You know what I mean? We need to do something about it. We can't just sit here and wait for something bad to happen. We need to strike. It's one of those moments that we literally have a ticking time bomb. So I don't necessarily disagree with Ken like attacking it. I just a little brash. I thought we maybe could have planned a little bit better. But no matter what, in the heat of the battle, Ken and Evil Eye and Gigi, and again, I'm sure that Momo and Ira and Co will join eventually if shit really hits the fan. But I'm pretty sure all of us working together in the heat of the moment can create the perfect plan or the best solution, or you know what I mean, the best way to go with Gigi's wishes. Maybe separate the original entity between the Evil Eye, or something like that. There's a way we can get to it or emotionally connect to it, whether it be through music or dance or rhythm, the fights, or that Ken's about the, you know what I mean? Some way we'll get through to it, and even that, I don't know. So, how do I do this? Because obviously, like, Gigi's going to have that. I would assume so at the bare minimum. I feel like all of the main characters in the show have to have some sort of supernatural, power. You know what I mean? Again, Ken obviously is borrowing Turbo Granny's power. If I were to have to guess, I would say that Turbo Granny does not get her power back until the very end of the show, or like the last arc, because again, Ken needs to have his power because he's one of the main characters. Same with Gigi, I would assume, into where, yes, the power that Gigi's using is essentially Evil Eye, taking control of the host. But at the same time, we kind of need Gigi to have that power for the rest of the show because it's really cool. That's his shtick. So I could definitely see a world in which we can go back and get the original entity that morphed into Evil Eye and take that out of the equation so it can live a happy, peaceful life or move on. But the power of the Evil Eye still latches onto Gigi so that he still has control of it by the end of this arc. Because I would assume, again, I'm almost positive this season has 12 episodes. I would assume that we're going to get a solution to this problem at the end of the second season. Not that like I would have a problem with it continuing or it being like a minor thing for a couple more seasons, but I do think they'll wrap it up, or at least the most major parts of it, if that makes any sense. So, but yeah, I love that episode. And I said it at the beginning of the episode when the intro was happening, but I do just want to repeat this in case I didn't keep it into the YouTube cut. After listening to the opening like 20 or 30 times, I gotta say, I like opening 2 more than 1. Like, I think that, if this makes any sense, I think that opening 1 is a little more iconic. If that makes sense, or especially more mainstream, but I think it's more iconic, it's more quirky than opening 2. But dude, the first 20 seconds and the last 20 seconds, it's like crack cocaine. Like the minute it happens, I'm not saying the middle's bad, because the middle is also great, but something about, you guys, like with any music, or with any chorus or whatever, the minute that part comes on, you just go crazy. You know what I mean? That's the feeling that I get with this. It's just, oh my god, dude. I love it, I love it, I love it. And again, the ending's okay. Not my favorite ending I've ever heard, but I don't think it's absolutely atrocious, but like, I talked about it in the beginning of the episode to where, like, I love Thursdays. Thursdays are, probably the day that I look forward to the most during the week just because of how good Dandadan has been recently. That, to me, is something that's been missing in modern TV, like, especially with streaming services and, being quite honest, shows being kind of mid the last couple years. There's nothing better than watching a new TV show weekly. Dropping 1 new episode a week, talking to the audience, having fun, really enjoying it, really digesting the content you're seeing, maybe rewatching it a couple times throughout the week. And then most importantly, not most importantly, but something that's very much a part of the equation for me. It's always been, when I look back to shows like Better Call Saul and Game of Thrones or whatever, the opening plays such a huge part in the experience of watching something weekly. I'm sure you guys have experienced that. Like, the minute that the opening comes on, I get comfortable, I get hyped, I get ready for whatever the weirdest shit I'm about to see is. So, I'm loving it. I am loving everything about this season. So, I'm very excited to see this fight. Again, I would not be surprised if it lasts for the entirety of the rest of the season. So, again, 2/3 done the way. This is easily my favorite season of the show. I mean, so there's only 2 seasons, but this season has been phenomenal. I can't wait to rank it at the end, because it's gonna be goddamn high if I do say so myself. So, but I think that's gonna be it for me. I really appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys like the video, please drop a like and leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it. I have got the full-length reactions up on Patreon. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I already have every episode that has ever aired of Dandadan up on there. It is $7 a month for animated shows. Check it out if you're interested. Finally, and most importantly, if you enjoy my content, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Again, it really does help me out. I'll see you guys. You guys have a good one.